I'll pull my belts against anybody, and I guarantee you I'll knock everybody out.
A multi-weight undisputed super middleweight champion that never shies away from a challenge.
Gracias a todos. ¡Viva México, cabrones!
Against a highly aggressive and highly skilled opponent who often gets mentioned before the rest.
Well, because, you know, Mike Tyson gave me that name, the Mexican Monster. What do you think I'm gonna do?
For some time now, the matchup between Canelo Alvarez and David Benavidez has been a consistent topic that's often referred to when it comes to fights of public demand. And with both Mexican-American fighters carrying extremely exciting styles, dangerous punching power, and relentless attitudes, it's pretty obvious why.
But I don't care. I fight anybody, and I fight all my entire life anybody.
Picture us whipping in the ladder.
Rising from the ashes, Canelo's most recent resurgence against Triple G has enabled him to redeem an adequate amount of respect as he closed out their trilogy with a highly dominant performance. Now looking to take some time out from the sport and heal an unfortunate hand injury.
I need to come back and get strength back in my hand, recover my hand and my body, so I can come back stronger than ever.
Alvarez has rightfully earned some deserved rest after such an incredible run, taking out the best of the division and challenging himself far beyond anyone's expectations.
Oh, and flag goes down for the first time in his career. The coronation is complete. All hail King.
After the endless talks of Canelo being unbeatable were put to an abrupt end, his showdown against Dimitri Bivol proved that although he sat comfortably as pound-for-pound king, there's still always one person out there that can still spoil your fun.
And you can see when Bivol throws the 1-2s like this, he is scoring. Look at him go. Oh, my word, Bivol.
The uppercuts were working really well, and then you couldn't do the uppercuts anymore. What happened?
I get tired. That's it. I can train like usually, but it is what it is. Like I said, I lost, but I'm gonna get my chance again.
With one fight left on his DAZN contract deal, the likelihood of fighting the winner of Bivol and Ramirez is most likely next. But with the barrage of endless call-outs from other champions in and around his weight class, his options for future fights always stand far and wide.
Hey, you fight with nobody, man. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Against Canelo, Golovkin, Charlos.
Go to Mexico and fight Canelo at his house.
But with all options aside, one particular name still seems to linger as the most favorable and most anticipated out of all possible candidates, one that previously held world honors of his own.
In some trouble, and an uppercut, and Medina, how is he still standing? Benavidez has starched Rogelio Medina.
Electrifying, exhilarating, and exciting, David Benavidez has been a familiar face at super middle that's delivered a lot more than just mediocre performances on a regular basis.
Oh, big right by Benavidez.
That's it.
It is David Benavidez who maintains his unbeaten record, now 21-0.
Racking up a clean 26-win, no-loss record at just 25 years of age. It's catapulted this young man's future to a bright horizon.
I don't think there's anybody up there other than Bivol and Benavidez, but at 68, there's nobody up there that can touch Canelo except for Benavidez.
Like Alvarez, Benavidez too turned pro at an early age, debuting at just 16 years old. Being snapped up by PBC and aired on Showtime, Benavidez' career so far has proven him to be skilled, all-around aggressive type of boxer that compels the crowd with fast hand speed, combinations, and all-out tenacity.
This one is over.
Outside the ring, they talk like they're killers, but they get in the ring, they're not killers. I'm in the ring, I don't gotta act like I'm a killer outside the ring, but everybody knows it is when I'm in the ring, you know what I mean?
However, David has shown vulnerability in previous performances, as his world title collision with Ronald Gavril revealed a few chinks in the armor.
And there's a left hand from Gabriel, and it drops Benavidez. 3 shots to the body and an uppercut at the bell. What a fight.
Other concerns were raised when he shockingly tested positive for cocaine in the lead up to his first title defense against Anthony Durrell, leading to an instant strip by the WBC.
For all my fans, upcoming boxers that, that even think about doing that, it's gonna hurt you a lot, you know what I mean? Not only money-wise, but, everything's gonna be stripped from you, your title, your reputation, so it might as well just avoid it, you know what I mean? It's not worth it.
But now heading towards true north with his head screwed on tight, his winning streak and recent demolition job over David Lemieux has placed him perfectly in line as interim challenger for WBC title honors.
I'm not scared of nobody. I'm the youngest guy, 3-time world champion, 168 division. I'll pull my belts against anybody, and I guarantee you I'll knock everybody out.
In size comparison, Canelo is clearly the smaller fighter, lacking all physical attributes compared to David. But overshadowing him in resume and experience, Saul's accomplishments place him as a much higher caliber fighter on paper.
He won the Undisputed Championship within 12 months, beating all the champions. These guys, Charlo, Benavidez, they're fighting absolutely nobody. How can you criticize, not you, but how can you criticize the resume of Canelo Alvarez and not criticize the resume of Charlo or Benavidez?
When asked about fighting the fierce super middle contender in previous interviews, Canelo has stated on several occasions he'd happily oblige in an encounter, as he's always up for a challenge.
If you're successful against Caleb Plant, will that be the next fight for you?
We will see what happens in the future. If it's the one that we are going to have on deck, we will do it, no problem whatsoever.
But it's crazy to think, even with such an incredible resume at this point, the public and boxing world still accuse Canelo of ducking and dodging fights with fellow Mexicans and Latinos like Benavidez. Though with very little left to prove in the sport, people still hold strong opinions on whether Canelo's up to the task, tackling the youth and ferocity of Benavidez.
So at 68, the best fight looks like you and Benavidez. He's born in America. He's half Ecuadorian. So does he count as Mexican, or but that won't be a reason why I can hold it up that he's Mexican?
When I say I don't want to fight Mexican, it's because I represent Mexico. And that's why I fight anybody. And I fight all my entire life, anybody.
However, without avoiding the facts, David's lack of elite-level opposition is a concern that shouldn't be overlooked if he was ever to face Saul.
I hear his dad talking a lot of shit. Look, he's accomplished nothing. One single champion, Anthony Durrell. Please, don't disrespect myself.
Well, you think that he cares about the fighters? He cares about himself. He cares about making money. He cares about him being the best. Those were just excuses.
I'm Mexican and Ecuadorian, but I was here born in the U.S. I feel like he's just talking about his countrymen, people from Mexico,
Hey, we was made for this. Stuck to the paper like a paperclip, just saying this.
Being an up-close boxer that likes to let shots go inside of range rather than distance suggests the compatibility with a style like Canelo's to be highly engaging and fan-friendly.
A long time ago, I said Canelo cannot be called the best in that division. I don't care how many belts he has until he fights Benavidez.
Which leaves the ultimate outcome of victory down to a battle of hand speed and counters, deciding each man's fate.
These are heavy blows from Canelo. He's putting lots into these shots. Canelo rallying his troops here at AT&T Stadium.
Canelo has always been known for his second-to-none counterpunching ability, but as of recently, his pressure style has deviated from being that version of himself, making him more aggressive in nature, but leaving him slightly more vulnerable against other pressure fighters.
I feel like why doesn't he just try to fight me and see if the people give him respect? You know, I'm 25-0, 22 knockouts.
The freshness and youth of David would play a heavy factor in his success during the fight, as the later rounds have been notoriously problematic in many of Canelo's past performances. But with both men carrying such bad intent, it leaves the chance of reaching the final bell a complete coin flip.
Hold on.